Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Clutch X. After a month of inactivity, we're right back at it. So a quick little recap after the Corona scare, real estate work, construction work, snake work with all the breeding and everything. We've been really strapped with time, and just wanted to be able to take my time on my next video, which is this video. So that's the reason for not making a video for right about a month now. But we're right back into things, and things seem to be a little bit smoother. I am in my last couple of weeks of my real estate schooling and everything like that. So please be expecting a lot more videos. And in this video, we want to be talking about things that I've done wrong, in my opinion, over the last 2 years of me keeping ball pythons as a hobby and or as a hobby that we want to turn into a business. So please stay tuned. Alright, everybody, well, before we get into the video, first thing I want to do is shout out Tavion's World of Reptiles. He, unlike me, does nothing wrong. His channel on point, his intro on point, his content on point, everything about that channel on point. So if you enjoy my videos, you'll definitely enjoy his. Now, full disclosure, he is trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to make things a little bit more simple for himself. So if we could help him get maybe, 10, 15, 20, 100, 200 more subscribers, that'd be awesome. And just trying to share a little bit of love to the other reptile breeders or keepers. So let's check out his intro. Because, man, everybody just has intros nowadays. Everybody has, like, I don't know where they're getting this budget from, but whatever y'all doing, let me know so I can go ahead and do the same thing that you guys do, so I can have that money to pay somebody to do this for me. So check this out. It's pretty badass. That music, though, some more combat stuff, Damn, I know y'all felt that. I know y'all felt that intro. Again, Tavion's World of Reptiles. Check his videos out. Check his channel out. I mean, he got snakes like that. I have little ball pythons. He has, like, 8-footers. But alright, guys, let's get into this video. So in this video, what I want to do is kind of, over the last 2 years, I've been keeping reptiles, and looking back, everything always seems to be a lot more clearer, and like, oh, I should have done that or this or that, right? So without exception, I think that's something that I've kind of experienced myself, and I kind of want to give you guys a couple of examples of things that maybe I wish I would have done different. So we want to start off with, I guess, making sure you have some kind of plan when you jump into this. Now, I did have a plan jumping into the ball python world. I knew that I wanted to work with pied. Pied's always been a favorite gene of mine. Way over clown or anything else. Pied is my thing. So but I did do a couple impulse buys, which I'll show you guys right now. One of those. So hold on for a second. Nope, not doing that. See, little snake. Okay, so beautiful snake in my hand. Super pastel orange dream fire. No complaints about it. I mean, I love having her here, but this is one of the 2 snakes that I purchased at the Pomona show back in 2018, I believe. So I got this beautiful snake, but I also got a coral glow red stripe. Together, I think it costs right about $800 to $900 for both snakes. Again, beautiful snakes, it's all good. But I could use that amount of money, let's say $1,000, and I could have bought myself a super pastel pied, maybe a leopard pied, maybe some kind of gravel head pied, spot nose pied, something, right? Something that's in pied that would have worked better with my projects. So that's probably one of the things that I kind of regret doing, because $900 is a lot of money, and that could have been another way for me to advance into the pied game, right? Because being new, that's already something that we obviously kind kind of like have to be smarter about, because everybody's already kind of like tier 10 on ball python breeding, when I'm just kind of not even tier 1, right? I'm just hopefully breeding this year. So I think one thing that I wish I would have done is kind of been a little bit more selective in the way that I would have purchased my snakes, and that only really reflects to about 2 snakes, I believe. Only 2 snakes are not het for pied in my collection that I've actually purchased. So this is a prime example of something that I wish I would have done just a little bit different. Alright guys, so another prime example of things that maybe I've done a little bit, not I don't say wrong, but maybe something I could have done better, is being a little bit smarter with the pie genes that I actually got in my collections. Now, this is a full disclaimer here. I think this is something that every person can experience differently. For example, this snake here, obviously a pied. I mean, hopefully proofs, but I'm almost sure. I think she's going to her pre-lay shed now. So she is a pastel het pied. She was about $150 or $100 when I bought her, only about 300 grams. So it was a deal, definitely a deal. You're talking about 2 years back. So I mean, I think today they're going for about 80, 95 bucks. If I got it for 100 2 years ago, great deal. But I have limited space. So I should be buying snakes that kind of would last, you know, we're always trying to upgrade genetics, right? It doesn't mean that we don't love the snakes that we have, but something in us, the ambition of just keep moving forward and see what we could produce, makes it so that we're always upgrading our genetics, right? So a pastel pied, I could already tell you right now, for most collections, it's already something that people aren't working with or isn't that sought after. So, you know, I mean, people always say, you know, kind of like, work with what you love. And I do love this mutation, and I love this snake, and I've said it before, I'm probably always going to keep her, just because I think she's a prime example of the genetics. But truth be told is that with the limited amount of space I could have gone that super pastel pied route. I could have gone pastel pied route, something maybe more visual that wouldn't have been a lot of money, maybe another $300-400 more. But might have been more suitable to being able to keep her in the collection longer, because again, limited space. So as I start producing probably this year, you know, killer pieds and killer yellow belly pieds and killer gravel pieds and maybe highway pieds this year as well, I'm going to be faced with a very difficult decision, and that is, what do I keep and what do I let go? And I would hate to have to let her go, because I am a little sentimental about letting go some of the snakes that I started with, just because this is where the journey started. So knowing myself, I would probably let go of a killer pied than this pastel het pied, just because I'm emotionally attached to this animal. A third thing that I wish I would have done slightly different is not being cheap. Now, I'm not saying buy outside of your means, or for me to buy outside of my means, but it seems like I would very easily buy 3 snakes $1,000 each, rather than buying a $3,000 snake. Now, this kind of goes back to thing number 2, or you know, that I wish I would have done a little different, because again, I do have limited space. I think overall my capacity is going to be right about 70, maybe 80 snakes. That's it. Unless I decide to build another room or take one of my bedrooms as a snake room, which I'm sure some of you guys are saying that's a no-brainer, but I don't think that's a possibility for me right now. So again, seeing as I have limited space, buying a more expensive snake means that most likely that snake's gonna be able to maintain its value and its genetics as far as rarity. Sorry, I got a phone call. And its rarity for longer. So I'm able to maybe produce cooler stuff with that snake, because it probably has more genetics combined. Having base morphs or having just pieds or a pastel pied, what I've already I'm seeing is that it's going to be very hard to start keeping all my snakes that I start producing that are double, triple, quadruple genetic animals, right? So something in that perspective, I feel like I wish I would have maybe done the other route. Another thing too, kind of similar, is the fact that, you know, and this is kind of tough, but I feel like most of us will buy, well, I'm just going to talk about myself. I feel like it's, for some reason, it's easy for me to buy 3 snakes at $1,000 a pop than to buy a $3,000 snake. But I think usually the $3,000 snake is overall better for, at least for me, for my collection, than the 3 individual snakes. Because it gives you more potential, more upside in my opinion. So something that I'm kind of debating now moving forward is, when I buy, how much do I want to push my budget? So full disclosure, the most expensive snakes that I bought has been $1,500, and I think I've spent $1,500 on about 5 or 6 snakes. So quite a bit of money there. But you know, if I would have held on to that money, I mean, for 6 snakes, you're talking about $6,000, $9,000. I mean, $9,000 snake could have been something just ridiculous, right? That would have put me on a whole nother level. But it could also be very scary, because you could potentially lose that snake, right? I mean, it's something that happens in the industry, and you know, now you're out 9,000. So it could be a little bit more risky, but at the same time, it could be a great benefit. So that's something that I feel like I still kind of like talk about to myself about, but definitely having snakes that are kind of more concentrated in genetics, that are stacked in genetics, you know, a spinner pied, a killer spinner pied, or something where it's like, you know, you're condensing as many snakes as possible in one snake so that you're able to save space. Sometimes having the means, or just waiting enough time to make the correct purchase and save the money that you need to buy the snake that works best for your collection. And then buying snakes that didn't have pied in there. Those are probably some of the biggest regrets that I have, starting into my 2nd year of breeding. So I've already been in this for 2 years, 2 full years, and then going into my 3rd, I guess. So those are some of the things that I feel like maybe I did not as right as I could have done it. But again, I think we all start somewhere, and you know, it's looking back, you always feel like you could have done things differently, but sometimes maybe they wouldn't have panned out anyway. So just my, you know, my input on that. We should be doing another video that's all about the things that we have done right, quote unquote, and that should be dropping a week from this video. So please stay tuned. If you like our video, please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, I plugged it in nice. And again, check out Tavion's channel. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers. Let's help him out. At least if we get him 1, please, somebody out there, please, just at least 1. I mean, he deserves it. I mean, if anything, unsubscribe from my channel and go subscribe to his channel. How about that? But there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.